All right. Welcome to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein on Sega CD, a Psygnosis joint. You might know Psygnosis from gems such as Lemmings and other Pugsy. Anyway, this is a very interesting video game. It came in a double disc with Bram Stoker's Dracula, which lots of people have played maybe on like NES or Super Nintendo. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein has a SNES version as well, and Genesis, I believe. And that's sort of like a platformer type game, kind of what you'd expect. You just jump around as Frankenstein's monster. This is not that. This is a point-and-click adventure game. You find things, you find items, you pick them up, they solve the puzzles to get you to go to the next. You know how point-and-click adventures work. We're currently watching a very dramatic cutscene of the creature being created, birthed, whatever. Now, we're not going to watch it all, though. It's very long and very dramatic, and it's great, I promise, but we don't, it's not really necessary. There's the title screen. Got some tea. All right. So the beginning of this game is quite intense and very quick, so we'll do our best to get through the quick beginning of the game, and then we'll sort of settle in and explain how this all works. First things first, very dramatic options scene. We're going to turn animations off. Animations are not what you think. They're not like animations. They are animated cutscenes between levels, so we just turn them off completely. They're all skippable, so instead of skipping them, we just turn them off, and we just get started. Very dramatic again, I know. That's the theme of this game, is drama. We're going to start dramatically in media res here because we skipped the opening cutscene, and boom, we're alive in Victor Frankenstein's lab in Ingolstadt, and we have to get the heck out. So the first thing we do is we need some bread. The bread, if you look on the top left there, that's our health. So we have 3 lives, and the third life has like a half of our health on it now. We start with 2, obviously. We used the can of acid to dissolve the electric eels, so now we can go into this room that has a key for us to leave the room. How do we get the key, you ask? Just watch. So what did I just do there? Okay. So what you're supposed to do there is either you're supposed to fight Victor Frankenstein or go into the room in between the two, grab some chloroform and chloroform him and grab the key. What I did instead is I grabbed the key before the fight started, saved the game, and then loaded the game and left. So I just kind of yoinked. I think that's a professional term. I just yoinked the key and then just got the heck out of there. So now we're free from the shackles of that house, and now we're just roaming Ingolstadt. Now we need to leave Ingolstadt. We need to leave. Our goal is to get to Geneva. So first things first, we need to leave this town. So how we're going to do that, the problem with that is that there are police, there are, armed guards roaming, not just roaming the town, but specifically guarding the exit to this town. And so that's preventing us from leaving. And they will actually fight us if we get too close to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the jailer's house. And he's very thirsty. So we're going to give him this sort of just nebulous potion, and it makes him sleepy. And we're going to grab the key to the cells. What are you going to do with the keys to the cells, you think? Well, we're going to try and free some prisoners. Get out of this. Hit detection for the exits is maybe the strangest thing in this game. I understand a lot about this game. The exits, not quite. All right. There's one problem here. The problem is we have this doggy. We're gonna have to fight this doggy. Oh yeah. So this game is a one-on-one fighting game. Also. So all combat is in 1v1 fighting game form. This is, I think if I time this right, we've got ourselves an infinite, which is extremely lucky. So if I just time this right, he'll never escape my grasp. Oh, he got us. So no. So I'm gonna do this move. There we go. So that charge move is a quarter circle forward plus A. So I'm a legitimate fighting game master now. So yeah, we killed that dog, which is not amazing optics. It is one way to do this, and it is an intended route. We have now freed the prisoners, and now those guards that were guarding the exit of the city are now occupied. So now we can leave the city. The other intended route there is you're supposed to do a whole bunch of other tasks, and you end up with a piece of chicken in your inventory. And then you feed the dog the piece of chicken, and you just walk right by him. That could be a potential incentive. It adds like a couple of minutes. But save the dog, feed the dog, whatever. It could be cool. We're now in the Augsburg Forest, and now we need to get to Geneva. So we're going to wander around this forest for a little while. First things first, we got to get a Lucky Charm. That way it can bless the run, blah, 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 all that good stuff. So we're going to grab that Lucky Charm. It's right up here in the corner. We're also going to grab some extra health. This is just a safety thing. Right here, we got some soup. We're going to eat the soup. Now we got some health. That should be enough health for the rest of this level. I hope it is. All right, so now the next thing we need is a pair of garden shears. Don't ask me why. You will find out. A little bit of patience goes a long way, okay? So we're going to go, and we're going to kind of retrace our steps a little bit. There's a couple of different ways you can get to the barn where the shears are. It's at the very bottom of this map. So there's a couple of different ways to get there. It takes like 7 screens no matter what. But effectively, this way, so the two ways are the way I just did, which is kind of cutting across and then coming down. Or you can just start going straight down as soon as you leave the Outlaws camp. It's the same number of screens. The only reason this is faster is because one screen is in this overhead view where the creature moves a lot faster. So it saves a little bit of time. Also, there are other items that I'm just ignoring. There were pearls next to that soup in the Outlaws camp. If you grab those pearls and go to the complete other side of the map, there's like a third corner of the map. You can give those pearls to a grandma, and she gives you a couple of health items. We're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to... we're getting close to the end of this stage here. So all we got to do is go this way. This is the scariest part of the run. Believe it or not, we are 5 minutes into a 25-ish minute game. And this is the hardest part of the run. So the hardest enemy in the game that we have to 1v1 is this random wolf in the middle of a forest. And yeah, he'll eat your lunch. If you're not careful and you let him attack you, he will just combo you forever. So instead, I'm just going to like that, exactly. See, now you've gotten to see. You're welcome. You're gonna see what happens when he combos you. All right, so this should be a good. So if I do this right again, if I time these jumps right, these punches right, we should just be able to infinite him. Oh, I turned around, so no. Sometimes the game will think it's being helpful and turn you around, and that caused me to die. So that's okay. That death is completely not routed in, but it's accounted for, both in the estimate and just I've never had a deathless PB. Deathless is theoretically possible. Not theoretically, it has been done, and it's something I'm working on, but it can't always happen, so sort of, especially not in that no reset setting. Oh, okay. No, that's messed up. So I was trying to recreate that infinite again, but I was not close enough, and so he just bit me. So I'm gonna take it a little bit safer now that we've died once. So I'm not gonna take as many opportunities to take pot shots. Unless I can get him into this corner and then we can sort of save some time. Alright, I think we got him this time. So the goal is always just to get with this infinite. That's always the goal. It doesn't always work, but it works a lot of the time if you're careful. So we got through the hardest enemy in the game. That was that wolf. Sorry, wolf. There is no way around killing that one. That is a forced fight. Nothing you can do. Hello, skunk. We've seen you twice. Noble creature. So we're just gonna go straight down. This is gonna be the end of the level. We are stuck right now, so we're going to use this manure to distract those stink bugs so that the creature doesn't get grossed out by him. And now we're going to beat up a landlord, which kind of rules. We're just going to skip all of the dialogue. You press B to skip dialogue. This guy is much easier. So all you gotta do is you gotta feint. He's pretty good at blocking, but if you punch once, he'll try to block it, and then you can just use your... I wasn't supposed to jump there. There we go. We're good. That was an anti-air. I've never done that anti-air before. This is cool. We're finding tech on the fly here. No, this is, I call this the Vic strat, which is basically, he's so good at blocking that I feint out a block and then just try to run him over. So I've killed a landlord. And the homeowner is just infinitely grateful because some part of the story. If you read the book, you know. We give him his lucky charm. That was what we needed to finish the level. So sometimes you just need some random item to give to a guy to finish the level. That's kind of what that was. So now we need to actually leave. So we need to find a carriage to leave. Step 1 is using those shears. We still have the shears, as you can see. So the shears are going to grab a pumpkin, and now we have a recorder. Why do we have a recorder? The overlapping text boxes make me very happy. And this guy lost his recorder, so we're going to give him his recorder. And he's going to tell us where to go. And it's this way. He's going to point to us as we're leaving. And we are going to find this carriage that's going to take us to Geneva. And we'll move on from there. And now we're in Geneva. There are no fights in this level. You'll be happy to learn. I'm happy to learn, at least. Alright, so step 1. These get more and more sort of confusing. But I need some nails, so we're going to get some nails. Step 1 is this guy has given us a coin because he needs his fire roaring to sleep. So we're going to take our coin to this rat-infested general store. And we're going to ask for some matches. We have the matches. That is not the last we'll see of the general store, by the way. So we are going to give this man his matches. We're going to grab that key. And go to his backyard. Why? Because he has nails. There we go. Nope. I was supposed to go the other way. Sometimes when you go the wrong way, you just lose a bunch of time because the transitions between screens is very slow. So here are the nails. We found the nails. All right. Why do we need nails? Because there is another random person who's trying to hang up a picture. Why do we care? Because he has a rat trap. Hugely important. That's a slow play. That's going to be important way later. All right. So we're going to go to the man who needs his picture upheld with nails. Nope. Happened again. Nope. Alright. This house right here. He has a rat trap, but actually the most important thing is that he gives us 2 coins. We need 3 coins. Why do we need 3 coins? Because we need to buy a bag of vegetables. So we're gonna take the rat trap, and was there any place that was rat infested? Oh yeah, the general store. So we'll take the rat trap to the general store, and the store owner's gonna be so thankful that they're gonna give us our 3rd coin. Out of here. You can soft lock the game if you try to leave right there without having actually the coin in your inventory. The whole game just crashes. Ask me how I know. Alright, so now we're actually going to grab that bag of vegetables. It's on the other screen. we're done with that screen. We're never going to see that screen again, except we will. All right, we're going to go here. This is where the vegetable guy is. And now we can just chase away these pigeons while he prepares. We can't leave this screen until the bag of vegetables is in our inventory, so we can just come away here. I will leave. So yeah, we have the bag of vegetables, so now we can move on, right? Wrong. We also need flowers. So how are we going to get flowers, do you ask? Obviously flowers, so we're going to go to this old lady's house. She's lost her cat. We're going to find her cat. She's going to give us flowers. That's the TLD. Oh no, my kitty! So we're going to grab this key. Kitty is just stuck in the basement, so we're just going to go to her backyard and unlock the basement. And much like that previous room, we have to stay on screen while the cat's on screen. So I'm just going to sit here and just do a little dance here while we wait. Now we can move. Again, the game will just crash. And now she's going to thank us by silently giving us a piece of cake and a bouquet of flowers. I will eat the cake. There's never any reason not to just grab that stuff. So now we're actually going to go to the Frankenstein Manor in Geneva. And this is why we needed all this stuff. We needed to pretend to be a vegetable delivery boy. That's not what's supposed to happen. Let's leave. Let's actually go this way. I barely clipped like you're supposed to go up this way. So we're going through the back door here, and we're going to enter through the kitchen. And this is how we sneak our way in. So she's going to just, the cook's going to say like, drop that crap here. We're going to do that. We're going to grab this candelabra. So why did we need the flowers? Well, we need to find Vic. Vic's in the attic. The attic is only accessible through Elizabeth's room, Elizabeth being Vic's wife. And the only way to get into Elizabeth's room is for a maid to see those flowers and go, oh, they're beautiful, come on in. So you're actually just going to see that happen now. I've just spoiled that. I apologize. It's right here. There you go. So now we're allowed in. And you can actually place the flowers, and it will tell you to go to the sun's room, and the sun tells you that there's a secret entrance by putting the candelabra, but we already know. So we're just going to place the candelabra on here and go into the attic. And now he's going to go like, oh my goodness gracious, what will it take for you to get out of here? And he's like, I want a wife. And he's like, okay, well, you need a bunch of crap. And now we're done. So now we will, we're going to do that save and quit thing again here. We need some twine. And this dude sells twine. So he's like, I gotta pee. Watch my shop for me. Yoink! And what happens is that you're supposed to steal that yarn and then fight him for it. But if we just save and quit, we just leave. And now we have twine. So step one is success. So we need twine. We need like body parts. It's a very, very big dog. So we're gonna go back to where we started in the lab, and we will grab the whatever 4 or 5 items that we need. So there's 3 items in here, in addition to the twine. Don't want to touch these spiders. They will just take your life in the overworld. You can just die in the overworld with like no animations too. So there's some body part, some bits of body, some bits of body, a diary, and then there's like a wall chart right here. And now we just get the heck out of that. We're good. I've been using that phrase a lot. I feel like that's just a thematic part of this game. Okie dokie. And now we will. Yep. And then we leave. Well, there's a problem with that with leaving, and the problem is those annoying guards are back. So what we're going to do is we're going to escape through the sewers. There's only one problem. The sewers are guarded by a guard named the Super Guard. There he is. we are going to, I think I'm going to try for the infinite. This is actually like there's like a pretty, I messed it up already, so we're just going to fight him normally. He's pretty easy to fight, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh, I screwed this up. All right. So this is the infinite that way. I was actually trying to set up earlier, and I goofed up. So that was okay. We'll call that okay. We have fought the sewer guard. We are now going to leave. I should mention, the creature has a pretty full moveset. You just only see punch. You see crouch punch, and you see the quarter circle move, and that's kind of all you see. So now we have left Ingolstadt. We're back in Geneva. We need one more thing. We need iodine. So we will get iodine by buying it at the store that's open 24 hours. There you go. Nope. I actually need the bottle of iodine here. For some reason, cannot access this bottle of iodine. There it is. And also, a live rat. Arrgh! Why do we need a live rat? You'll see. I can't give away all my secrets. So now we're going to go straight back to the mansion. We're holding on to body parts and a live rat. This is a quick reminder. So this is the exact same route we took before. It's a little bit mazy, but once you know it, it's not that bad. We're just kind of... Also, you want to walk in diagonals mostly, because in these like little overworld areas, just much faster. This is why we need the live rat, because it distracts the dog. So we don't have to fight that dog. In fact, you can't fight that dog. You might be able to. I've never tried. So we're going to take the exact same route that we took before, except instead of going into the secret entrance to the attic in Elizabeth's room, we're going to just go to the end of the hallway. This would be a good time for donations, because we're just kind of retracing our steps here. And now we're approaching the second most difficult fight in the game, which is Elizabeth herself. I don't want to give anything else away about that fight, because it's very interesting. Oh. Yes, the creature can get caught up on everything and anything. And it's... So this is the first of 3 different times that Vic will pull a gun on us right here. And now she's here. Yeah, get out of my way! Or whatever. So now we're just gonna... We've lost our inventory, so we bought everything he asked us to, and then he tried to kill us. And now Elizabeth's also gonna try to kill us. Alright, and I think I have set up this infinite correctly, maybe? Oh, I did not. She's now on the other side of me. She's a flip wizard. She's a flipping wizard. She's so good at flipping and kicking my butt. Let's see. So she has the same move I do. That's my kryptonite is me. I'm my own kryptonite. So now it's the same. It's basically the wolf. You just basically wait, block their like really devastating attack, and just run them over. This is the safest possible thing. Got her. No death on Elizabeth. Excellent stuff. So we're gonna skip a little cutscene where we sit there with Elizabeth's dead body. Blah 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 blah. There she is. She is now Bride of Frankenstein. We're now on a boat to the Arctic. Light up my life. And we're getting right to the end of the game here. Hello. So we're gonna get out of here by opening this tarp. This tarp causes everything to glitch out, but also, more importantly, causes the guard on the other side of the door to open it so we can leave. And now we're gonna Fight a random sailor. This, I don't have a lot of health here, so I don't love my chances at staying alive, but it's possible, and I like to believe in myself, so we're gonna give it a shot. But we've got 2 lives here. We're in very good shape. As long as you can stay close to him and he can't use his harpoon as an advantage, as like a reach advantage, then you're gonna be in really good shape. And then you just use the sort of the Vic way of doing things, which is just feint out a block, run him over, or sometimes he'll just jump over you. That I have seen happen before. It's annoying, but I have seen it happen before. There we go. We got him. So we survived the random sailor. That's the good news. So we just got the final boss left, or right at the end of the game. This is kind of flown by, you know? This is a fun game. It's very strange. It's a little clunky and weird, but I've sort of really enjoyed this game. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, so here's the final boss. It's Vic himself. You actually get to watch me fight him for real this time. No way to get away from this. I'm just gonna take this death. I don't have enough health really to survive, so I'm just gonna intentionally take a death. And then we've got a couple of cracks at Vic here. As long as I play it safe, everything should be just fine. Oh my goodness gracious. How many times am I going to do this in a run? Go the wrong way. Right at the edge of his screen. All right, now we're actually going to. So mostly every time you see Vic, he's just like, oh no, I've made a huge mistake. This was not a good idea. You're an abomination. Oh dear, oh no. See? So anytime I miss one of those inputs, anytime I actually get the dodge out of him. Oh, I thought I had it for a second. So yeah, so he will block that unless you feint out a block right ahead of him. So there you go, like that. And you can get the infinite on him as well. It is doable on every single character. Just some are easier than others. This is like the smartest AI as well. That's kind of part of it. All right, there we go. Sometimes when you press too hard and you really want to get a yeah, and then you don't want him kicking you, because then he will just kick you forever. So you're just going to like that, exactly like that. Also, yes, everyone in this game is extraordinarily athletic, I would say. All right, we got it. So that's it. We're done with the game. I'm very excited about that. There's just one last piece. So we're gonna go reunite with our bride on like a lifeboat down here. And we're just going to, light the boat on fire. And time is when I lose control here. And time. There we go. So, kind of a so-so run, but a good no reset run. The only unintentional death was on the wolf. And, yeah, that was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Weird game, cool game, very different. I'd never seen it. I've been exploring the Sega CD library, so I came across this and I was just absolutely fascinated by it, and I couldn't say no. I had to learn it. So I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed learning it and running it. So cheers. Just look directly in the camera.